Hi everybody, my name is Robert and I'm in group 2 with Steve and Haley, and we've been assigned chapters 3 and 4 to discuss with you today. Chapter 3 is going to open up with self-concept. What is that? Self-concept, simply put, is where we look into a mental mirror and we ask, who am I? Well, then you're going to make a list. You're going to write down your likes, your dislikes, your values, your emotions, your cultural base, your roles, your religious beliefs. All these things and 1,000 more will make you who you are. As you go through this list, you're going to find some things are a little more important than others. You're going to put them up top while the other things are at the bottom. This is called self-worth, and this is usually based off of your self-esteem. You're going to come across some things that are more factual. You're tall, you're short, you're skinny, or you're fat. These things, while they are factual, we still base them off of self-evaluations, which are public opinion. If everybody is 5'8" and you're taller than that, you're going to be considered tall. If you're shorter than that, everybody's going to be considered short. That's just the way that goes. When you base what you think of yourself off of what others think, well, that's called reflected appraisal. There are going to be some things on your list that you're proud of, and there's going to be some things you're self-conscious about. Maybe you don't talk well in front of webcams. Don't know. But these things will help commit to a thing called self-fulfilling prophecy. That's where you think it's going to happen, and so it does. You know the interview is going to go bad, so when you go in, you get all nervous with authority, you get tongue-tied, you botch the interview, they don't particularly choose you, and you walk out of there going, I knew that was going to be a failed experience. Another part of Chapter 3 is perception. Perception, we are overloaded with communications and stimuli from very day one. And we have to process that. And the way we do that is there's 3 steps. First, there's a selection. Picking out the things that are more intense, that catch your eye. The girl in a red dress and the suit of grays and blues, the loud person during a conversation, those kind of things. Well, then once we do that, we have to organize it. We have to make it so that it works for us. And then we have to interpret it so that it makes sense. This is all part of perception. The last part of Chapter 3 is identity management. You have basically 2 types. You have your private identity and you have your public identity. Private is who we are at home. That's the stuff that we keep to ourselves that's personal. Then you have public identity, which is who we are at work or after work. And that may not be the same. Moving on to Chapter 4. Chapter 4 discusses language, how it's symbolic. Language is how we express the experiences we have. It's also got a lot of rules depending where you're from. You got phonological rules, which is the way we pronounce things. You got syntactic rules, which controls the structure of sentences. Yoda is the biggest offender of that one. You got semantic, which decides the meaning of words. Why a car is something we drive and a shoe is something we wear. You got pragmatic rules, which decide how we use words in everyday sentences. You also have languages and attitudes. Power words, speaking with confidence. Or powerless words, where you kind of ho-hum them, or I guess, or could we. You have responsibility words, saying, you made me do this instead of I did this. Then you got troublesome language, like slang or jargon, slang being bling, or you got jargon, which like police use, or surfers, or skaters. You also have gender. Gender, men to men will be a different type of communication than women to women, or men to women. You have cultural language barriers. The Japanese say, I'm sorry to keep harmony. In America, that's an admission of guilt. You also have formal versus informal. It's rude to shake your hands with your hands in your pocket, where in Asia, it's polite to do a 2-handed handshake. All these things are in Chapter 4, and they make up the whole topic of language. If you get time, take your time to read it. Thanks a lot and have a great day.